Welcome back. It is 1616. Super exciting stuff. Ready to go for this. In the last one, Sophronia got engaged and Theta came to live with us because Marie is awful. So let's see what we have for birthdays. We have Demita Waldrick becoming an infant, no 8 or 16. She survived. We have Christina Dubois, no 7, 14 or 19 for a toddler. Survived. We have for adults, all the way up to adult, we have to get an 8 or higher. No, 7 or higher. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 adults, including Bertram, Tobias, Genevieve, and Gwendolyn. That was so close. And then Magdalena has to get an 8 or above. Oh, Magdalena, no. Gwen just lost her love, her true love. Oh, I'm so sad. Okay, and then for our townie tracker, we actually have Hughie Brigg and William de Mohun. So William is going to become a teenager, and then Hughie is becoming an elder. So we have to roll to see how many years he has left. Oh, 15. That's good. That's good. That's a good amount. I was so worried. So I'm just going to write that down for now. And we will be updating some of this other stuff. But yeah, we're going to get him in the family tree today. So that'll be really exciting. So I hope you guys are ready, and I'll catch you in the next. What am I talking about? Oh my gosh, my brain just totally farted. Let's hop into the game, is what I was looking for.
Alrighty, so here we are in our household, and I'm sorry if my microphone sounded a little weird earlier. I think I might have accidentally been using my webcam mic instead of my headset mic, so sorry. But anyway, we are here, and one of the things we're going to do is have it so that we have a welcoming to Theta. So Sophronia is going to just basically be like, look, we're going to host a little party. We're going to, have her coming out ball that she never had, and do this thing to introduce her to everyone, try and get her back into the scene, and kind of do a little reset for her, especially because, she doesn't have a very good reputation right now, considering the issues that she has had with Jose and with Marie and everything. Like, she does not have a good reputation. It's going to be hard for her to find a husband, and it's definitely not going to be an easy situation. So we made some food, we're inviting some people over, and we're going to do that sort of thing. Also, someone commented, I forget now the details, but about some of the age differences that are going on here. And yeah, Sophronia and Hughie have a big age difference, but as a woman who is kind of past childbearing age, who only has a daughter, no titles involved or anything, she doesn't have a lot of options. And Hughie is, a protective kind of person. So he is definitely willing to protect her and her daughter and everything, and she needs that. And so, back then, that kind of age difference wouldn't really bother a lot of people, especially at her age. So anyway, of course, Marie shows up to the party, and Marie is actually going to be a jerk, because she is, and she always is. She's always a jerk, and she is going to kind of, be a little mean here. But Sophronia pulls her aside and kind of, pulls her off to the side here and tries to have a conversation with her, and is basically like, look, here's the deal. You are not going to cause any problems right now. And Marie, of course, is like, why should I listen to you? Blah, blah, blah. But Sophronia is like, you are not going to cause us any problems right now, because I know so much about you. You can destroy me, yes. I can destroy you as well. And I'm not taking this from you anymore. I'm not just going to sit back and, accept that I'm in a vulnerable position and you're not. Like, maybe I'm not in as good a position as you are. However, I can still ruin you. And I can ruin your family. I can ruin your sons, because I know that you didn't get their titles, though, legally or whatever. And so she's just basically going to be like, we both can hurt each other. So why don't we just stop bothering with each other? Why don't you mind your business and I'll mind my business? Theta's with me now. You don't have to worry about her. If she's such a disappointment to you, you don't have to even look at her. You don't have to come to her party. You don't have to be here. We're fine, you know? So Marie's just kind of like storms off because she's like, whatever, like, she doesn't want to admit that Sophronia has a point. Sophronia could 100% destroy her, like, she could 100% cause a big problem for Marie. But Marie also, is a murderer. So obviously there's threats on both sides. Anyway, so Marie's going to back off for now for this party. So Theta, meanwhile, is trying to talk to different guys because she does want to find a husband. So she's chatting with Tobias here, trying to kind of figure out what's going on. And she's not really getting any bites. Like none of the guys are really super interested in her. Okay, and then I'm about to make a huge mistake, and you guys are going to have to forgive me, and you're going to have to pretend that I didn't do this. So I wrote in my notes, because I plan things out ahead of time. So I wrote in my notes to have Theta talk to Camille. Like have them maybe, start a little something. I forgot that there were two Camilles, that there's Camille and there's Camille the second. Obviously, I meant to have her talk to the son who is her age. Talking about age gap stuff. I meant to have her talk to the son, but like an idiot, I saw the word Camille in the chat, or not chat, like the group, and I just I clicked on him and I was like, come over here, we're gonna use you for something. So I did not mean to choose Camille the father. Pretend that it's Camille the second that we're talking to right now. Just pretend for me. It's not going to be super relevant. He's not even going to be around that long. I just wanted to include him. So just pretend, you and I, that this is Camille the second and not Camille the first. Anyway, so she's chatting with Camille. He's having a hard time. Someone died last year. I forget. Probably his wife. Oh my gosh. So she's just chatting with him. She runs into him in the hallway, and they're having a pretty good conversation. It's not really going anywhere. You can see that their relationship is not getting up very quickly. They probably don't have very good compatibility. Also, apparently she wants to be a joke star, so that's fine. But anyway, so they're just having this conversation, and he's being polite, he's being kind, and she's kind of trying to dig into that because, obviously she knows that she doesn't have a lot of options, so she's got to be a little pushy, and she's a kleptomaniac, so we'll see where that goes, but she's got to be a little pushy. She gets a crush on him, actually, but, she has to try her hardest to get, any men to pay attention to her because right now Jose has totally ruined her reputation and she does not have a lot of options. So if anybody is even just vaguely nice to her, then she is going to, latch on to that and try and, get someone to be with her. So Marie is also hovering around. You can see Marie kind of paying attention to what she's doing. Just because Marie is backing off a little bit in front of Sophronia does not mean she is still not going to be meddlesome. So yes, we're here. Theta has just been talking to Camille a bit. They're chatting. They're both talking about their grief and all of that stuff. Pretend this is Camille II and his mom just died. But yeah, so anyway, back down at the party, we have our little Isabella putting on a little piano show for everyone, and they all really like it, which is super cute. I love that. I love that so much. So I'm really excited about that. And everybody seems to enjoy it, and then the party ends, and we have Theta and Sophronia kind of, debriefing about the party and about what's going on there. So, of course, Sophronia is just chatting with Theta, and Theta's like, I think I potentially have some options. I don't really know exactly just yet if any of them are going to come to anything, but I do have some options, and I am looking forward to exploring them further. So that is what's going on there. And then she does want to be into comedy, so I bought her a microphone so that he could what am I saying? I just lost my train of thought totally. Okay. Yes, comedy. She wants to get to level 3. We're just letting her do that. It's fine. Everything's fine. They're both working on their stuff, and they're both, learning and being good. And I'm just really excited for the girls to, have someone to kind of hang out with. It's been hard for Isabella because her siblings have been in and out of her life the whole time. Like she's had siblings, she's lost siblings. They've been there, they've been gone. It's just been like really turbulent for poor little Isabella with her family. And even her mother was not a stable presence in her life because her father had custody of her at the time. So it's just kind of like, she's had it tough, and she is probably glad to have someone else in the house, but I'm sure that it isn't easy for Isabella to be dealing with all of these changes all the time throughout her childhood. It's definitely going to cause some problems for her. Meanwhile, we are going to have Sophronia and Hughie's wedding. So they're going to get married. We're going to invite a bunch of people. Of course, I'm not bright, and I still am inviting the wrong Camille. Also, Theta flirts with everybody. She flirts with Sophronia. She flirts with Hughie, and it's causing me problems, so I added in familial relationships with her, because technically she is Sophronia's niece through marriage, but like, come on. Why are you Sims autonomously flirting with each other? You gotta stop that. It's weird. But I'm just gonna accept it, and we're just gonna move on. So, we're gonna do our best. So we're going to go to the wedding, and we are going to get them married. So again, like I said, Sophronia and Hughie, like, I do think that they have affection for each other, but it's not the kind of love that, like, young people would have who are just going to start a family and build a life together. No, it's like, we're older. We want companionship. She wants someone to help protect her and her daughter, because this is a very patriarchal society. And it's just, he feels very protective. He had a daughter of his own. She's all grown up now, and that's just his personality. He's very overprotective and has a bit of a hero complex. So that's what's going on there. And we are going to have them get married. I do not know why Magdalena on the left looks like that. Oh my gosh, I cannot understand, but it's okay. It's totally fine. And then we are going to serve some food. I do not know. Okay, you guys have to tell me if you know this, because I have not been doing any Souls journeys for my Sims, which is just really bad. have not. I keep buying packs and then not exploring them properly, but whatever. You know, I'm not even doing their Souls journey. How is her Souls journey almost done? Like, I didn't do anything. Like, I did not even actively try to get it so that, she could have those things be checked off the box. What is everyone wearing too? But yeah, I haven't been doing anything. Like, are the Souls journeys just going to be completed by virtue of just living? Because we have not done anything for them. Anyway, so Theta sees Camille, and she sees Camille here at the wedding, and she tries to talk to him, and he kind of brushes her off, and she's like, whoa, what? So she is surprised by that, because she's like, I thought we had a good conversation. Like, I thought that it was going well. I thought we were okay. And so now all of a sudden he's like kind of giving her the cold shoulder and really not paying attention to her. And she's like, what is going on? Like, what is your problem? And he's just like, look, like, I'm not interested in the drama. I don't want to deal with your situation, blah, blah, blah. So like, we saw Marie kind of lurking around them while they were talking. So Marie has now kind of intimidated him behind the scenes. I don't know why you got a crush on him again. You already had a crush on him. But like, anyway, so Marie has now kind of intimidated him behind the scenes. I don't believe he even has a title or anything. So he's not really in a good position to go up against Marie. And so he's just like, look, I don't want your drama. I don't want that stuff in my life. So like, sorry, but like, bye. Probably I did remove some CC from my game, so that might be why some of my Sims are wearing a little bit weird stuff. They must have been wearing something that I got rid of. But anyway, so yeah, it's just like he just kind of like brushes her off because he doesn't want to deal with all of that stuff, and he is not interested in it. So there's that. And then we're just dealing with that. And then we're going to go home. Now we've moved in together. Everything is good. So we're feeling good. And we are back home. What are we doing next? We're probably just hanging out for the rest of the day, to be honest. Yeah. So yeah, we're just having a good time. Everyone is kind of acquainting themselves with Hughie in a way where they're now living together, and it's a different situation, a house with all girls, and now all of a sudden there's a guy in the house. So that is something that is going on. And then um, apparently there's something broken in our house, and this guy's going to come and fix it. um, so yeah, we're here. Oops, I just hit my microphone. I'm sorry. We're here and we're just doing our thing for the rest of the night, just hanging out, spending some time together. I did invite over the kids club since we did have time, so we're going to have Isabella play with the other kids. She definitely, is coming into her own. She's feeling good. She's feeling, more accomplished. And then we just had another baby. Unfortunately, the baby did not survive. So unfortunately, Clarice just lost her baby, but you know. So anyway, Isabella's playing with the other kids. She's getting along with quite a few of them. She's having a good time there. She is definitely not a social outcast. Like she wasn't a social outcast, but like she used to be, much more reserved in her dealings with everyone, and kind of relied on her siblings to get her through the conversations. So now she's feeling more confident in herself and in her friendships, and in her standing, especially now that she has a new um, man in her household that is, it's not just some women who are relying on society to not hurt them, which is scary, but true. So now she's definitely come into her confidence a lot more, which is good because she's becoming a teenager next year, and I'm a little worried about whether she'll pass her role or not. But if she doesn't, that's okay. We still have one other baby. We have two actually, but no, I want Isabella to live. We're gonna play with Isabella. I have plans for her, so she has to live, and so you can all send me the positive vibes to make sure that she does. But yes, Isabella is definitely doing a lot better and feeling good, and I'm really happy about the amount she's grown. But like I said, she definitely is going to have some personality issues. Like she's not going to be, really nice and sweet and perfect. Like she is going to be um, a bit damaged from her childhood. What did I tell you about flirting with each other? Seriously. Okay. But yeah, I think she is going to be damaged from the turbulence of her childhood and the situation with Marie and just like everything that has happened in her life. I think has kind of set her up to be a little more selfish and be a little more like, not, how do I say, like she is going to hold on to the things she has very tightly. She is not going to let anything be taken from her because she, once she's able to get something, which is really hard in her situation, she wants to hold on to it, so she is going to be an interesting character to do our next generation with. So I'm excited about that. And we do have Theta talking to Sophronia and Hughie about just making sure that, she can find a husband. They've been having a difficult time with that. She's kind of upset about how things went with Camille. She's saying that, like it seems like everybody's against her and everything. So what I'm going to do next is there's going to be a little knock at the door. And at the door is none other than Juan Verduzco, who is Jose's brother. So Jose's brother has shown up. He's his younger brother, so he is closer in age to Theta. I mean, he's still older than her, but he is a bit closer in age to her. He's not becoming an elder anytime soon. So he comes over and they're kind of confused. They're hesitant to let him in, but they know that not everybody in that family is bad. I mean, Magdalena was a Verduzco, so they let him in, and he basically gathers them up and says, I'm so sorry about my brother's behavior. Like I've heard that it's caused you a lot of problems, and I'm so sorry about that. And I wanted to come over and kind of make my position known. I wanted to make sure, if there's anything our family can do for you, because this just really isn't fair that this has happened to you. And, I want to make it right, even though my brother is not making it right. So he's kind of being a good person. He's coming on behalf of his family and trying to right the wrongs of his brother. So it's difficult, but it's a really brave thing of him to come over and do. So Theta notices, like they have good compatibility, I believe, and they're just chatting, and they're being polite and everything, and he really feels bad about the situation. He really wants to help and everything, and Theta's kind of getting like, wait a second, you seem like a really nice guy, like you don't seem like you're like your brother, like we'll have to suss it out a little bit. But she's like, like I said, she's trying really hard to find a situation because she is not in good standing right now. Like, no self-respecting man would marry her right now. I mean, especially not with the fact that Marie's going to cause them all sorts of problems. So, like, nobody wants to marry her. But she's like, well, she can play on this guy's guilty feelings and sense of duty and responsibility about his family and his situation. Obviously she doesn't want to marry Jose because he's a jerk, but Juan seems nice. So she's kind of just trying to figure out if she thinks he might be a good match for her. Like I said, she's just been rejected again. So she is definitely trying to get whatever she can, and so she is suspicious of Jose's brother, because Jose is such a trash person. But she's like trying to see if perhaps Juan would be a better person. She's not really thinking things through super well because obviously there would be drama associated with the situation, which is, of course, what we're going to exploit. But for now, she's just thinking like, hey, like maybe this could work. They have good compatibility. They actually get up to be good friends really quickly. So I think that she's kind of seeing some potential here. She's taking it slow, but she's seeing some potential. So they have no romance right now, so it's not like that. But she's definitely trying to check him out and see if he would be a good option for her. So that is something that she is looking into. And then, the hangout's almost over. So when that ends, we're just going to, actually, I think he sticks around for a few more minutes. Which is nice because, okay, they had this nice little meeting and he did his apologies. And so he kind of lingers at the end and is like, well, I hope I see you again. So there's definitely something there. We'll see where it goes. But yeah, there's definitely a little something blossoming there. Yes, he is I think he's 10 years older than her, which is a lot, but not as big an age difference as Daphne and Nigel and Bridgerton, and that almost happened. But yeah, basically there is some affection here. Haven't really gone into it super much yet, but she's, like I said, she's looking for whatever she can get. And that is really important because it's really important for her to find a husband. Sophronia has kind of even taught her that. Is Sophronia, seemed like she was fine on her own, but every woman needs a husband in this society because it's just it's not safe for them. I mean, the truth is, are Sophronia and Hughie going to support Theta for the rest of her life? That's not their responsibility. That'd probably be William's responsibility. But, if Marie kicks her out of the house, is she going to poison William against her? She's in a very precarious situation where she needs to get a husband. So, it's just an unfortunate situation of the times. I'm going to stop qualifying everything with that's how it was back then. You guys know. Obviously, as we get into more modern times, things are going to be different. But back then, it was really hard being a woman. So, Sophronia is angry. She's probably angry because of, hearing about how, Marie had hurt Theta's chances with Camille and everything. So she's really not happy because she feels like she's trying to just live a normal life and mind her own business, and it's just not working. It's just not working. She just wants to live her life, raise her daughter, and she doesn't even want to bother with Marie. She's not out to get her or anything, but for some reason it's always a problem. It's always a problem. I mean, Sophronia, you're the one who divorced Luke. You divorced him. Okay, so next, it's going to be William's birthday. So we are going to go over to their house. We're going to have William's birthday party. He actually already aged up into a teen before I got here, so there he is. But yeah, it's William's birthday, and him and Isabella are best friends. So I would think that he would make sure that she was invited to his birthday party. Um, so here they are, all the kids just hanging out, having a good time. I had Hugh bring her because I don't think Sophronia wants to go over Marie's house. But yeah, so here's everybody just having a good time, hanging out together. Um, yeah, they're having a good time. And they are all very happy for William's birthday. William is now old enough to actually take control. Oh, another baby died. Um, William is actually old enough to take control of his dukedom now. So I think that that's going to be an interesting thing in this household where Marie is, so used to having all the power over everybody, and now William is kind of growing into his own. So there's definitely going to be some conflicts there because I think William is a good person. I think that, yeah, his mother has like caused him to have some ideas about things that maybe he shouldn't, um I think that he is going to, as he gets older, see through his mother's shenanigans, and um you know things will change. So anyway, we're going to do birthdays now. It's the last day of the year, time for birthdays. And also, I can't find one of the babies that was just born, so we're just going to have to go find it later. But we have William de Mohun becoming a teenager, Demita Waldrick becoming an infant, Christina Dubois becoming a toddler, Magdalena Verduzco passing away, and then the two babies from the Dubois and Waldrick families have also passed away. Next year, we have the birthday of none other than our dearest Isabella. Let's see, anyone else? Both Camille's have a birthday next year, too. Sorry, Camille's. But yes, our dear, dear Isabella is now aging up. So I am both excited and nervous about it. And look at how cute William turned out to be. I actually am really surprised because his dad, he's like a good mix of his parents, I think. So there he is, the Duke of William de Mohun the Fourth. So there he is. That was really hard to say for some reason. But yes, so let's do that. Next year we are having our matriarch. Can you be a matriarch if you're like super young? But have our matriarch become a teenager. So I'm really excited about that. And I hope you guys are excited too. So I'll catch you in the next one.